Welcome to another video, fam. This one is all about virtual real estate. It's a real sake. Welcome to another video, fam. This one's all about real estate virtual assistants. Now, if you are in the real estate game, which I am assuming you are, otherwise you wouldn't be here, then you know how much you have on your plate all the time. I've got so many real estate friends and they're just like, boop, 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 boop. So you know, there's a lot on your plate. You go from showing properties to potential buyers to doing all of the back end work, putting the listings up, all the online digital stuff thereafter as well. So I'm assuming that you're here because you're at that point where it's like, I just can't actually take on anymore. So this is where a real estate virtual assistant can come in and really support you and support the growth and the expansion of your business as well. Not only that, but it allows you to focus on the things that are most important for you to be doing in your business. So what is a real estate virtual assistant and what can they do for you? Stick around, I'm going to go through everything you need to know in this video. Before we jump in, for all things VAs, scaling, team building, delegation, automation, that type of stuff, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified when my latest videos come out. Now, I have scaled my business to healthy 5-figure months with the help of virtual professionals, and this is literally what we help other business owners to do as well. We've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs and small business owners be able to build their dream team through remote outsourcing, so through the Philippines, and we've got some incredible results. So I know a thing or two about this. I'm really looking forward to sharing the back end stuff that doesn't get spoken about that you need to know before jumping in and making a decision on these things. So what can a real estate virtual assistant do for you in your business? A lot of the time people are hiring VAs to be able to take over the sort of tick box stuff, the task oriented stuff, right? It might be repetitive, it might just be the stuff that needs to be done. Some of these things include managing your social media presence. You know that in this day and age, having a social media presence, if you have a real estate business, is one of the most important things. Sure, people go to your websites and whatnot, but most of the time, majority of leads are coming from social media presence. There was a recent survey study by the National Association of Realtors, and what they found was that 77% of realtors are actively using social media in some way, shape or form. So that is indicative that having a social media presence is a pretty important thing. Quite often what people don't realize is that there is a lot of work that goes into managing and maintaining a social media presence. Things like hashtag, quality content, scheduling the content as well, having that consistency. You hear that word all the time, that consistency is the #1 thing, and content. So this of course takes time. There was a social media examiner survey that went through and found that over 64% of small businesses that are using social media spend upward of 6 hours per week just on doing their social media posts for their businesses. Now that might not sound like a lot, like 6 hours a week. Well, if you add that up, that's over 20 hours a month. That's 20 hours that can be going towards other things within your business, okay? And this is just a small snippet. And this is why I would say leave your social media game to the pros. Another thing that I see a lot of real estate agents hiring a real estate VA for is to help them with their back end stuff. So posting, designing and maintaining listings. If you're a realtor, the chances are you're using a variety of different websites to have your listings up. Managing, maintaining and keeping these all up to date are overly repetitive and time consuming things. All the while you're having to keep up with your clients and you're developing a new business in so many other arenas. So if you can get the maintenance of these listings sorted after, that's probably already an extra 10 hours up your sleeve per week, if not more. When you have a real estate VA helping you to manage your listings, you can actually rest easy just knowing that it's being taken care of and that all the listings are up to date, and then you can now just focus on the things that you should be doing, okay? The high value tasks, the high return tasks, and do what you do best, which is selling property. Another thing here that a real estate VA can help you do is verify and set up appointments with potential buyers and sellers. Now, people are generally surprised when I tell them that this is a possibility, but if you can find a good real estate VA, then they're going to be able to take care of those incoming calls and even make outgoing calls. They'll have an excellent command of the English language, and they should have no issues with speaking to customers, answering general inquiries, and helping to set appointments for you. So when you think about it, most people that are calling the real realtor's office are asking pretty general, simple questions. Questions that can be resolved in a matter of seconds. Like when is, they might just be confirming like when is the opening of this property? What times have you got available? These really simple admin type questions, right? They might even just be checking if a property is still on the market. So these are all things that a realtor VA can be supporting you with, rather than you spending your precious time getting caught up on the phone, which actually distracts you from all the other things that you're doing, especially if you're into deep work. Okay, you're probably used to multitasking by now, right? You probably don't get a chance to do just like a solid 2 or 3 hours of deep work and really get into the zone. This is where a realtor VA comes in. Another task that a realtor VA can help you with is research. So property research is probably one of the most time-consuming tasks, I think it's safe to say. And if it's done right and with efficiency and with optimization, it can save you a lot of time and be a massive help to your business. But as with many things, it tends to be one of those mundane sort of repetitive things as well, which is why it can be a really handy thing to actually be delegating and training a VA to do this for you. That way you get to focus on following up and resurrecting and closing deals. A real estate VA can also help you with responding to emails and live chat inquiries. It's no surprise that realtors get a bunch of emails and they add up really, really quickly. Having a real estate VA support be in your inbox and helping you to triage these emails, so notifying which ones are urgent and important and then channeling that to you, and they can be answering all those smaller inquiries that we spoke about earlier. And last but not least, management of your budget and receivables. A real estate VA can be helping you to keep track of all of your expenses, your bills, your reimbursements, your payroll, and making sure that everything is organized in a coherent system, okay? It's a bit of side bookkeeping, essentially. No one should be the bookkeeper in their business. Unless you're an accountant, then sure, it's probably something that you like doing anyway. But I always say that bookkeeping is probably one of the first things, along with social media management, that should be delegated and outsourced. Now, if you're not sure which parts of the operation and delivery you can be delegating and outsourcing, I will leave a link below to my famous delegation cheat sheet, which has actually since been revamped and it's ready to go for you. So I know this has helped hundreds of entrepreneurs and other small business owners to get a ton of clarity. So a quick recap on what we've just gone over is a real estate VA can be helping you with your social media presence. They can be helping you to manage your listings and properties online. They can be responding to chat inquiries and email inquiries and helping with client support there. They can be helping with graphic design, and either for your socials or for mailers, telephone support, managing your appointments and your schedule, and researching listings and market trends, and also just a general admin and bookkeeping. There's like 8 solid things that a real estate VA can be helping you with. So you're probably asking, what about the investment of a real estate VA? What does that look like? Well, I'm going to bring up this cost comparison chart here, and I want you to take a look at this. So if you're looking at the hourly rate of a full-time employee, okay, let's just say $25. If we're comparing it with a virtual professional, rates, especially for a real estate VA, probably going to be around $10 to $15 per hour. What you're going to have to consider when you're hiring a full-time employee is the fringe benefits, the overhead rates. You're also taking into consideration the time not worked. So for the same amount of hours in the year, okay, 2,080 hours, that's for full-time work, you can actually be saving almost $72,000 per year, even up to 82, depending on the actual role. As you can see from this chart, there's some substantial savings with this, but rest assured and know that there is not going to be a drop in quality of work here. If you check out this video here, I've dotted out exactly why I love to hire from the Philippines and why I have for a few years now. A lot of the questions that come up is, well, what about the level of English that these people have? So pretty much every single virtual assistant that you'll find online, most of them have at least a bachelor's degree, okay? They're one of the most highly educated countries in the world and have one of the top English literacy rates in the world as well. So there's a lot going for them. There is a reason that the Philippines is one of the leading countries for virtual professionals and virtual jobs, okay? Alongside India, but India tends to be targeted for more of the techie type stuff, whereas Philippines is renowned for being more customer service. You can check out this video that I made on India versus Filipino VAs if you want to deep dive a little bit further into that. So that is a wrap on real estate VAs. I hope you've got some insights on this. If you're curious to see if you qualify to get connected with one of our top 1% real estate VAs, then I'll leave a link below. Feel free to get onto a free chat with my team. We can just see where you are, if we're aligned, and then go from there. We don't do hard sales. We are picky with who we choose to work with, and if you aren't aligned with us and we feel like you might be better suited to go somewhere else, then we'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction as well. So again, if you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and be sure to hit that bell notification so that you can get notified when my next video on reducing the cost of employee turnover comes out. Thank you so much for your time. Drop me a comment below if you've had some insights from this, and I will make sure that I reply back to you as soon as I see it. And thank you so much for your time.